Welcome to the webinar. We will be starting shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Kate Barrett, and we are just about to get started. So please make sure you've got a drink with you, a notepad and pen, or whatever it is that you want to use to take notes, and prepare to shut out the world for the next hour or so that we have together. So shut down your email, your Facebook, all of those things that could distract you, because you don't want to miss out on any of the fantastic information that I've got for you today. But this isn't just a one-way street. Excuse me. The fantastic technology we're using allows you guys at home to get involved throughout the hour. So don't be shy. I want you to ask questions. I want you to get involved. So I can see at the moment that we have got people on today from all over the world, and I want to thank you all for being here and spending this time with me. I know, as a busy entrepreneur, a business owner, that your time is really precious, so the fact that you're here really does mean a lot to me. And I've done a lot of work beforehand to make sure that this content really serves you, but I'll need your help, as I said, throughout the presentation for feedback and, of course, any questions that you've had. So, as I said, don't be shy, and let's test that out right now. On the right-hand side, I'm going to pop up a question, and I want to know who in the audience is already using email marketing. So if you're currently using email marketing, just tick yes in the poll on the right-hand side. And if you're not, just tick no and click the vote button, and we will collate those results. So I'll just give you a few moments to get your votes in as to whether or not you're using email marketing in your business. So whether that's sending a regular newsletter, sending special offer emails, growing your list and sending out those regular communications, whatever you're doing, let me know. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll and we will see what the results are. So everybody that's on today that has answered the question is using email marketing. So that's really great to see. So thank you guys so much for doing that. It's really good to have your inputs and to hear from you. So let's jump straight in to the presentation. You are here today because you know that your customers are using email and they're spending their money. How many of you guys have been prompted to purchase by an email that you've received? I know that I personally have bought things after seeing them in an email, whether it's a product or a service. And 44% of email recipients in this survey made at least one purchase last year based on a promotional email. So people are buying through email, and you need to be sending out those emails to absolutely capture that and cash in on being able to communicate with people in this way. Because people who buy products marketed through email spend 138% more than people who didn't receive email offers. That's a massive amount more to be spent per order for those people who are receiving emails. And the proof really is in the return on investment. So for every marketing pound spent, so that's probably about 80 cents for the Americans, £25 return on investment is generated. Okay, so that's a massive amount of return based on the spend that you're putting out there, if you use it in the right way. Now, here's a really interesting statistic for you. A lot of you guys are probably using Facebook and Twitter and other social media channels to drive interest in your business. And there was a recent study that concluded that email is actually almost 40 times better at acquiring new customers than Facebook and Twitter. So if you're spending time on those channels, you also want to make sure you're spending time on your email marketing, growing your list, driving those people from your social media channels through to your email list so that you can get the benefits of email marketing. And those include being able to communicate with those people in a targeted, direct way. So with social media, you're putting your message out there and you're hoping that people see it in their news feeds, for example, if you're posting from your page. Or you can obviously do paid ads, and that's a slightly different side to it. But we know that Facebook's organic reach, for example, has dropped drastically in recent months. And I believe it's actually set to drop again as we go into next year. So if you can get people onto your email list, you then own that data. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, they're all owned by a different company. So those audiences that are following you on those channels, they're not owned by you. They're not directly interacting with your website or your properties. So they can go away at any time. And, we've seen when Facebook goes down, even for 10 minutes, the whole world absolutely goes into meltdown. Okay. So those channels aren't owned by you. Your email marketing is. When somebody opts in and until they choose to unsubscribe, you own that list. So you can then email them and communicate with them in that targeted, direct way. Doing this also allows you to build a relationship with those subscribers and ultimately leads to prompting a sale. Now, we know that you need to build a relationship with subscribers first on the whole before prompting a sale, although even from the outset with email marketing after they join your program, particularly if you're a product-based business, of course, that's going to be a main element of your email program. But building a relationship is really important. People want to get to know you. They want to get to know your business. They want to trust you. They need to get value from you first. So whether you're a product-based business or a service-based business, whether you're selling your products to other businesses or to consumers, email marketing can help you build that relationship and prompt sales. Now, email marketing is also really fast as well. So compared to sending a letter through the post, for example, which can take a day or 2 days, email marketing is really, really fast. You can send an email out to millions of subscribers within seconds. You can get a special offer out to them really quickly. So you've got that fast delivery. But you can also track everything from who opens your email to who clicks on your email to who unsubscribes, and even if you've got additional tracking, to who then goes on to convert from that email. Everything is trackable. And I have a rule that if the information is in your database, you can use it to personalize your emails. And we can go past just the first name here. If you've got information in your database about previous purchases that someone has made, if you've got information in your database about when that purchase was made, if you've got information about how they've behaved with previous emails that you've sent or interests they've told you about that they have, you can use that information to personalize the content that you're sending out to each individual recipient. The technology in email allows you to do that. So there are a whole range of benefits of email marketing, but these are some of the key ones that you just need to remember. So the reason that you're here again is probably because you've already started using email marketing, or perhaps you've just heard about email marketing, but you haven't quite taken the plunge yet and got started. Whatever stage you're at, there's probably a key question that you're asking yourself. How can I get the results that I'd like from email marketing? And this is a really excellent question to be asking. And if you're interested in learning this, you are in the right place, because what I'm going to be teaching you over this next hour is how to use email marketing to market your business and increase your sales. So my name is Kate Barrett. I'm the director of Shine a Light Media and the founder of the Email Marketing Academy. And I've been working in email marketing for more than 10 years now, gaining a wealth of experience in what works and what doesn't work across a range of different industries. But when I first got started, all this information was as new to me as it may be for any of you. And I had no idea what I was doing. I remember the first campaign I sent out, I was so nervous. And I was kind of thrown in at the deep end because I was working for a company who already had an established database. So I was sending out to, you know, 1 million subscribers on my first email. But even sending to just a few subscribers can be a really nerve-wracking experience. You're putting yourself out there, you're putting your business out there, you're putting your products out there, your reputation on the line. It can be really nerve-wracking, and you want to make sure that everything's right. And even now, I just pause for an extra second before I press that send button. Just is habit of that nervousness that kind of just for a second edges in there just before you press that send button. So I totally get it. It's really scary sending those emails and putting yourself out there. But what I did was I kept learning and trying and changing and learning again and increasing the results that my clients saw from their email marketing campaigns. So, for example, I worked with one company in the travel industry who were doing a launch of a new brochure that they had that year. And it was something that they did every year. And they hadn't used email marketing to really push the brochure launch before, not in a really targeted and strategic way. So what we did was we made a few adjustments to their email strategy, very simple adjustments, but clever adjustments. And using the technology available and those simple changes to their strategy, we increased their conversion rate by over 300%, resulting in thousands of pounds worth of revenue from that one campaign. And everything that you're going to learn today are techniques that I've used over the last 10 years to generate not just thousands, but millions of pounds in revenue for my employers and my clients. So let's jump into the really good stuff and what you're going to learn today. So you're going to learn how to make your emails irresistible to your audience. You're going to learn the key ways to create a compelling, standout subject line to maximize your open rate, and the one strategy guaranteed to increase your results from email marketing. So if these things sound good, you are in the right place for the next hour. So let's jump straight in with the first tip. Make your emails irresistible to your audience. So in order to do that, I'm going to break it down a little bit more for you into some further steps. The first one is to know your subscribers. So if you haven't started using email marketing yet, use social media. Speak to the kind of people that you would like to attract as your clients in the future, the kind of people that you would like to attract onto your email list to allow you to build that relationship with them and prompt sales. So if you haven't started, use those channels that are available to you. And if you have started, look at your statistics. Look at the statistics of the previous emails that you've sent out. Was there something that really stood out as getting a really high engagement rate? So a high open rate or a high click-through rate? What's really resonated with your audience previously? Look at those statistics to find the good, the bad, and the ugly from your previous sends and start to use that to narrow down and learn what your subscribers will interact with, what they find interesting. So to gather data, as I said, you can use those previous campaign statistics if you've got them there. If you have a sign-up form already, now you want to keep your sign-up form nice and easy to use, nice and clear. You want to collect minimal information on the sign-up form, but you can add fields to the sign-up form that give you an idea of specific pieces of information that you need to know in order to provide that really targeted, relevant information that is going to increase your results. So the example you can see on the screen here is from the Design Museum. And what they ask, in addition to some basic information, is what the person subscribing would like to receive information about. So that allows them from day one to target the information that they're sending based on what that subscriber is interested in, and not just send the same content out to everybody, because that's not going to get you the highest results. The way to improve your results is to drill down and create groups of people, which we're going to come on to in a minute, that have similar interests or behavior. You need to collect that information. So the first way is on the sign up form there. Another way is if you've already got a database or even through social media channels, create a survey. Ask people, what are they struggling with? What would they like to hear about from you? What would help them to grow their business, increase their sales, whatever that end result is that they want to get to, that market that you're targeting want to get to. Find out what they want to hear about from you. And if you're a product-based business, find out around just hearing about products, what else you can serve your audience with that would be of value and add that interest and that engagement. So with a survey, if you have a current database, you can use email marketing to deliver that survey. So you can see the example on the screen from the post office. Tell us what you think. And they're asking you to take a few minutes and help them better understand the impact of their email program. It's specific to the email program and what they'd like to hear about from you. Now, when you gather data like this, however that may be, you want to refer back to your database. So obviously, if you're looking on social media, that's more of a general analysis. But if you're sending anything out to your audience, looking at previous behavior, refer back to your database, make sure you can match that back to your subscribers. And then, as I mentioned, define those commonalities. Those groups of subscribers that have things in common that you can use to send targeted information. So this is called segmentation, creating segments from one main list to create segments of smaller lists within that one list that target specific areas of interest, specific behavior that you've seen, that matches groups of subscribers together. Okay, and then you want to look at how you can change your content depending on those different segments. So let's look at a basic example. If you have in your database the information about whether your subscribers are male or female, you can use that information to segment your list down to each gender. That way, if you have offers or information relevant to just the female side of your audience, you could send them to just that segment. Okay, so you're taking the smaller audience out of the larger list and using that to send really targeted information. So this is how you drill down. You want to grab their attention and really speak to the segments individually to provide targeted, relevant content. You want to be impactful and add value with your content. And most importantly, if you're collecting this information, deliver what they want when you said you would send it. Consistency is another key way to increase your email marketing results. Now, I want you to take action on this first point. I want you to learn from this webinar and take away a lot of action points that you can go away and implement in your email marketing to make a difference in the results that you're seeing. So if you're currently doing email marketing, take a look at your database. What information are you currently collecting from your subscribers? Are there any gaps? What information would you need to be able to drill down and create those targeted segments? So for example, if you're a product-based business and you have trade customers and you have retail customers, are you collecting that information to be able to segment your list into those two groups based on that commonality to send different information to each of them? Because you'd want to talk to those two groups slightly differently and serve different information. Now, if you're not collecting the information that you need to create a survey or adjust the sign-up form or find out from your subscribers what they need to receive, what their interests are, what category they fall into, depending on those commonalities that you want to create with your subscribers. So this is going to be different for every business, and you really need to think about the commonalities that your subscribers could have. And then start to segment and create those different pools of subscribers within your main list and creating those different sections of content depending on the different segments. Now, the second tip is to create a compelling standout subject line to maximize your open rate. You really want to craft your subject line and not leave it until the last minute, because if your emails don't get opened, no one's going to see the amazing content that you have inside. So really spend time working on your subject line. Now, you want to make sure that you're specific and you're not deceptive, and that is certainly a legal requirement in Europe, in the UK, in United States. It's certainly a requirement that you need to stay legally compliant and not be deceptive. So make sure you're specific in your subject lines. Something else that I just wanted to mention to you briefly is about internet statistics and all of the fantastic reports and stats that are out there on the internet. Now, they are great, and it's really interesting to be able to benchmark against those statistics to see how your email program is performing. But take those statistics with a pinch of salt. So here's an example. You'll see statistics on the internet that tell you that shorter subject lines are better than longer subject lines. And in some cases, that is absolutely correct. However, in some cases, the opposite is true, and longer subject lines work better. And here's an example for you. So I had a client who did a test between a short subject line and a longer subject line. And the longer subject line produced a slightly lower open rate. Now, if we were looking at open rates in isolation, then of course that longer subject line would have failed. But the objective of the campaign was to get the campaign opened, but mainly to get people clicking through and converting from the offer that was in the email. So we were more concerned with the click-through rates and the conversion rates. And when we looked at those statistics on the test, we found that the subject line that was longer, that was slightly more descriptive, slightly more in-depth, and gave a little bit more information, was more specific, actually, although garnering a slightly lower open rate, gained a slightly higher click-through rate and a much higher conversion rate. So the longer subject line had brought people in that were truly interested in the offer and more likely to convert. And although that was slightly fewer people opening the email, it actually reached the objective and gained a higher result than the shorter subject line. So take those internet statistics with a pinch of salt and find out what works for your subscribers. Now, I want to give you 2 techniques that you can use in your subject lines to help to improve your open rates and get your email getting read in the first place. So the first is to pique curiosity or interest. And here's 4 words that you can use in your subject line or in any headlines that you're writing if you want to pique curiosity. So the first is the word how. So for example, how I overcame this problem. How email marketing saved my business. It suggests a story, and stories sell. They pique that curiosity. So try using how in your subject line when you're next sending out your emails. The next word that you can use is these. So are you making these mistakes with your email marketing? Do you consider these statistics to be important? It suggests that there's multiple points here and intrigues you to find out what those mistakes are, what those statistics are, and do I consider them important? It makes you want to answer that. So the third word I've got for you is why. Why you need to be using email marketing to grow your business. Why these companies succeeded where others haven't. It intrigues you. Why brings you in and makes you want to find out more. And the final word is what. So for example, what's never ever to do on your sign up form. What did 100 companies say their top way to generate revenue was? Again, it piques the interest. So on your screen, you'll see a few examples of subject lines using these techniques, using these words, piquing curiosity and interest. And these are just a few examples. But I want you to go away and test it out on your next email. How can you pique curiosity and interest with your next subject line? And the next technique that I want to tell you about is asking a question. So it really entices, again, the subscriber to find out more. Rhetorical questions and asking, who else wants to? So who else wants to learn this facts? They really work well. And again, on the screen, you can see some examples of subject lines using that asking a question technique. And I've got a bonus idea for you as well. And this is to use symbols or glyphs in your subject line. But you need to make sure that it makes sense to use them. So let's look at some examples. But first, just to show you the example that's on the screen already, you can see how the subject line above and below aren't using symbols. But the subject line in the middle that uses the symbols really pops, really stands out. So symbols are a great way to make your subject line stand out in your recipient's inbox. So let's look at these examples. It's three ways that you can use those symbols: as a separator or punctuation, and you can see an example here where they're splitting the subject line into two using the symbols. You can use them to replace a word. So, whose love are you aiming for this Valentine's Day? And the love replaced with the love heart symbol. Or you can use symbols as a decorative or design element. So here the subject line is talking about flights, and they've used the symbol of the aeroplane to add that decorative design element. And it really makes your subject lines stand out. But you always need to check rendering before you send your email to make sure that the symbols that you're including display correctly everywhere that people are going to be seeing them. So, for example, people viewing your email in a webmail client, such as Hotmail, Yahoo, AOL, Gmail, it may look different in those email clients than it will someone looking at it on an iPhone or Android device. Now, some symbols are accepted by most email clients, and you can see some examples of those on the screen, but not all symbols are. So make sure you do some testing before you send to make sure that everything looks as it should do and looks absolutely perfect. Now, these are really, really easy to do. And all you need to do is copy and paste that symbol into the subject line. Now, the symbols that you use are called Unicode glyphs, and you can see the link to a Wikipedia page on the screen there. And I'm going to pop that up in the sidebar on the right-hand side of your screen so that you can get through to that link. So let me just display that link for you. There we are. If you click check it out in the big yellow button on the right-hand side, that will take you to this Wikipedia link where you can see a whole list of Unicode symbols. But just make sure that you do check that rendering before you use them. But they're a really great way to make your subject lines really pop in the inbox. There's a bonus idea for you. And I've got another bonus idea for you here as well. And I'm not affiliated with this tool or this company in any way. Currently, the tool is free, but obviously I can't guarantee that because I have nothing to do with the company. But it is a great tool to use to give you a baseline to start with. So use this tool in the same way that you would internet statistics. Take it with a pinch of salt, but use it as a starting point to start generating results and start generating subject lines that can increase those results for you. So this tool predicts the open and click rates that a subject line might receive. And again, I'm just going to switch the links that are in the right-hand side of your screen, and I'm going to remove the glyphs offer, and I'm just going to pop up the link to the subject line tool. So again, if you click that yellow button, check it out, that you can see in the right hand side of your screen now, that will take you to look at that tool. Again, I'd like you to take action on this point as well. So have a look at the techniques that you're using in your subject line at the moment and what's working for you. Would another technique work better for your audience? And try testing out those techniques in the next subject line, the next email that you send, and see what works best for your audience. If you're not currently sending emails at the moment, keep this in mind for when you do start to send your first email and use these techniques to increase your results. Now, the third strategy, this is really the gold of the webinar. This is the information that is going to help you increase your results and is guaranteed to do so in the long run. And that is to test, and test again, because different techniques and designs and colors and imagery will work for different companies and different industries and different segments of people within your audience that have those commonalities in common. And testing is critical to your email marketing success. So let's look at some of the elements of your campaigns that you can test. I'm popping them up on the screen now, and this is just a few of them. You can test your subject line, your from address, your design, your images, the time of day you send your emails, the day of week, the copy that you use, your call to action text, the color, the placement. You can even test the fonts that you use. And I saw a test recently where a change in font had increased conversions and click-through rate by 70%. That's an enormous amount to increase your click-through rate by just by changing your fonts. So you need to be testing. Now, the way to test on your live emails is to test one element at a time So you know what's making a difference. So you can really analyze what's making a difference in your email marketing, increasing your results. And you want to use the technology available. And the best way to do that is through A/B split testing. So this is taking 50-50 split of two groups. So you've got two options. You can take a 50-50 split of your entire list and literally split it in two, or you can take a portion of your list and split that into two sections. So for example, if you have a list of 5,000 subscribers, you might take 2,000 of those to run the test to, and version A, split test A, will go to 2,000 people, sorry, 1,000 people, and split test B, subject line B, will go to another 1,000 people. So you're testing on those 2,000 people. Then, based on the objectives of your campaign, you can look at the results and analyze them to see which has had the best result. Then roll out the winning variation to the remaining 3,000 people in your total 5,000 list, because you've tested on the 2,000, decided the winner, and rolled out to the remaining 5,000. So you want to look at your results in the short term and in the longer term. So for example, if you're looking at open rates as your main objective for the test and for the campaign, then that can be something that you look at perhaps in the short term, because the majority of your opens will happen within the first few hours of sending your email. Whereas if your objective is to get click-throughs and the conversions and get those sales, they can come anything up to a few weeks after you've sent your email. So you might want to hold off to get a true picture there. The other thing to note here is, and an example that I'm going to give you, is that not all tests that you run will produce an increase in results. So I told you with this tip that this is guaranteed to increase your results. And in the longer term, it is. But in the short term, on a test-by-test basis, you may see that with some tests that you run, the results actually go down. So an example of a client that I was working with recently that was running some subject line testing and running some A/B split testing on their subject lines. And they made a change to their subject line, ran the test on their live audience, and they actually did 50% of their audience and 50% of their audience with a view to taking those learnings onto future campaigns. Now, the results came back that the new test of the subject line actually decreased the open rates, which was very interesting, and decreased the other statistics as well. So when my client came to me and said, Kate, you told me that testing was guaranteed to increase my results, but the tests that I've just run, the results actually went down. How is that good? And I said, you know what? That is good. That's fantastic, because what you've learned is something that your subscribers aren't connecting with, a test that you've run that they aren't connecting with. So that's a learning for the future, something not to do. Because if you know automatically what's going to increase your results, you would just do that and you wouldn't even need to do testing. So testing is to figure out what resonates with your audience, what decreases your results and what increases your results, and the takeaways you take through to increase your results in the long term. So every test you run is a learning opportunity. So let's just break down that example of a subject line test into a little bit more detail. So if you take your list and you split it 50-50, or take that portion of your list and split it 50-50, create two different subject lines, one shorter, one longer, as in the example I gave you earlier. Perhaps you want to use one technique in subject line A and one technique in subject line B and see which gains the best results for that email. But once you send that email, you want to lay out the results, and you want to lay them out side by side so that you can see which test won. And with this, again, as I mentioned, you need to come back to what is the objective of your campaign. Is it just to get more people reading the email? Is it to get more people to click through on the email in the end? Is it to get more conversions, more sales? Is it to decrease your unsubscribe rate, decrease your complaint rate, decrease any of those other negative engagement statistics and increase the positive engagement statistics? Depending on the test you're running, your objectives will be different. So you run those statistics out side by side and you see which test has worked the best for you and roll out the winner, or learn from that test and make sure you apply those learnings in the next email that you send. So again, take action, start testing on your next campaign. Start with a subject line test and use the functionality available in your email system to help you run an A/B split test campaign. Now, we have just run through a whole heap of information. I really wanted to make sure I crammed in a load of actionable tips for you today. So just to recap, you want to make your emails irresistible to your audience. And the way to do that is to find out about them, segment your emails, find out those commonalities between the subscribers in your database, and provide relevant content depending on those commonalities and the segments that subscribers fall into. The second step to creating those campaigns that subscribers want to read is to create a compelling, standout subject line to maximize your open rate. Try out those different techniques we suggested. Try out using the symbols in your subject lines. And we also talked about the one strategy guaranteed to increase your email marketing results. And that is to test your emails. Test one element at a time, use A/B split testing, and run through and learn what your audience want to hear about. But for you, now is the time to make a choice. You can go with option A and you can hide away like this little doggy on the screen and just hide away from it all and bury your head in the sand. You can take option B and you can spend loads of time scouring the internet, running your own campaigns, making the mistakes, learning from them, and taking all the time to go through all of that. Or you can choose option C and you can take a shortcut and follow a proven step-by-step system to make sure you minimize your mistakes and start to create a successful email program to build that relationship with subscribers and generate revenue sooner rather than later. So I'd really like to introduce you to the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. And the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing is a 100% online training course designed specifically for entrepreneurs and business owners who are just getting started with email marketing, who have already started with email marketing, but want to optimize their efforts, make sure they've got that really steady groundwork for that email marketing program and take their campaigns to the next level. Because it's time to get the customers you deserve. And I want to give you that information and fast track you, through to the information that is going to get you the results. Because email marketing underpins every other type of marketing you're doing. If you're driving traffic to your website, if you're using social media, if you're creating content, participating in interviews, or any other marketing that drives prospects to a touch point with you or your business, you need to be using email marketing to capture their information, build that relationship, and generate sales. So just to give you a little look at some of the unique selling points of the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing, you have got 9 modules jam-packed full of content delivered to you by video tutorials, worksheets, templates, checklists, real-life examples, and an end-of-course quiz. And you can gain access to all of this amazing information, and I'm telling you, there is so much in this course to help you take your email marketing forward and really make a difference. I am so excited about it. And what's great is that you can access it and log in wherever you are, whenever you want to, as long as you have an internet connection, and you can watch those videos and access the worksheets, access those checklists and templates and real life examples to give you that really creative inspiration in your campaigns. And you get lifetime membership. So even if you don't have time to go through the course right now before Christmas, I know it's a really busy time, you have lifetime membership to this course. So any new content that's added or any amendments that are made to the training, you can go through and learn at your own pace and come back to refresh your knowledge at any time. You're going to have access to all of that for life. and you get to become part of an exclusive online community of other entrepreneurs like yourself who are going through the course. So you can share your email marketing tips and tricks and successes. And of course, I'm in the group as well, so you can ask me questions right in the group. You have that direct access to me through being a member of the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. And there's absolutely no risk for you. I'm sure you can see on the screen there the no risk money back guarantee. So we offer a 30-day 100% satisfaction money back guarantee. So if you're not entirely happy with the program, and I know that you will be, but if you're not entirely happy with it, simply hand in your notes and the completed worksheets from the first 4 modules so that we know you've gone through it, you've really given it a chance, and you've given it a chance to make that difference in your email marketing program, because it will. Even from those first few modules, we will refund you 100% of your payment if you are not happy. No questions asked. So there's no risk in you taking out this course, getting into the content, and seeing the results for yourself. So I just want to take you through, because there is so much content in here, I want to take you through some of the key things you're going to learn in each module. So in module 1, we're looking at all the technology behind email marketing. And you really don't need to be a techie to get involved with email, get started, optimize your efforts. I'm going to tell you what an email service provider is and why you can't live without one, as well as how to choose the best provider suited to your needs and get started with all that technology. And if you're already using an email service provider, don't worry, I've got you covered in this module as well. If you're planning on switching your email service provider and moving to another one, I've got you covered with all the things you need to consider when you're going through that switch. A checklist of all the things that you need to move over from one system to the other. So I've got you covered there, whichever stage of your email marketing you're at with your technology. Now, module 2 is ram-packed full of growing your subscriber list. And you can see with the modules how we take you through step by step, each stage that you need to hit to build that really successful email marketing program. So in module 2, you're going to learn why you absolutely have to build your list to grow your business and your income. We're going to go through a whole range of list building strategies to get your list growing and get people signing up, as well as how to create that sign up form for optimum effect and conversions, and where to place it on your website to maximize those conversions as well. We're going to go through all the pros and cons and the different opt-in options and which one is best for optimal engagement with your emails in the future. We're going to show you the vital elements of the sign up process for the best conversion rates. And we're going to cover you in terms of a legal overview in the UK, USA, Canada, and Australia. So we've got you covered with growing your list. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting, because I know there are other people out there on the internet teaching you about email marketing, about growing your list specifically. Not many people are out there teaching you what I am going to teach you in this course. As I said, this has come from the last 10 years of proven, tried and tested techniques that I've used with small businesses and very large businesses to get results. So in module 3, we really get into the good stuff, and we get into planning your email campaigns that really grab your audience's attention. So we're going to look at how to set those objectives for your email marketing using my really easy 6-step process. So we're going to really take you through that and deep dive into setting those objectives, because that's really important in the planning stage, to know what you're aiming for, to know how good your results are at the end of the day. I'm also going to talk you through designing a realistic email marketing schedule that keeps you ahead of the game in 6 easy steps, again, breaking it down for you, making it really simple to follow and implement. I'm going to show you how to get to know your email marketing readers so you can create content that speaks directly to them. And we're going to go into more detail than we've gone into today. We've just scratched the surface. And I'm going to show you how to decide on what content to create, when it's best to broadcast it, and understanding the types of emails you should be sending beyond just a regular newsletter. So we go deep into the planning there. And in module 4, again, not a lot of people are going to show you this content. And this has come from my experience. And the welcome email is a really important email. And this is what we deep dive into in module 4. So you're going to get some real results out of this and be able to go in immediately, make changes to an email template as soon as you've learned this information. So I'm going to show you how to create welcome emails that make your subscribers feel right at home. You're going to learn why sending a welcome email is crucial and how it sets the tone for your entire relationship with your new subscriber. I'm going to give you the key elements that I always include in every welcome email that I write. And I'm going to show you how to take it past the welcome email and take it a step further so that you can really build that relationship with your clients in that first 30 days, the critical first 30 days after they sign up. So we're really going to deep dive into that specific email type there. Now in module 5, we're looking at optimizing the look of your emails for maximum. So this is your newsletters that you're sending out, your special offer emails, any other emails you're sending. We're looking at the design aspects here. We're looking at why email design is so important, the key elements of email design, and my top 2 email marketing design don'ts, the things you shouldn't be doing in your emails that loads of people are doing. We're also going to look at why it's crucial you design emails that can be viewed on a mobile device. And I'm going to break that email down for you into the anatomy of an email. I'm going to show you each section of an email that you need to look at and you need to optimize. And I'm going to show you those 5 key creative elements that you need to optimize in your emails for maximum success. Again, people are not out there teaching the content that I'm going to teach you in this training. So module 6 is around creating really relevant, engaging content that your subscribers are going to be dying to read. We're going to go into more detail about list segmentation, what it is, why it's important, the proof that it really works, excuse me, and how to get started with segmenting your list. We're also going to talk in more depth about subject lines. So I gave you 2 techniques and the bonus of the symbols. But in this, we're going to go into 9 techniques for crafting compelling, irresistible subject lines. And I'm also going to show you how to create copy that converts. So when you're actually writing your emails, how to make sure that that is optimized and how to use those different segments strategically to personalize emails for different readers and really get into that personalized, targeted content that's going to get you the results. Now, module 7, again, is critical, but we're talking about 2 elements of testing here. We've got pre-send testing. So before you send your emails live, what are the key areas of your email that you need to check off and test before you send that email live? And when you do send that email live, what do you do and the steps you should take if something goes wrong? So we've got you covered there. But I'm also going to show you in more depth about testing on your live broadcasts. That strategy that is guaranteed to increase your results. I'm going to tell you why it's important to test those elements of your live broadcasts, how to create a testing strategy that works. So not just running ad hoc tests, actually having a documented, planned strategy to regularly run those tests and always be improving your results. And I'm going to go one step further and show you 2 ways to test elements of your campaigns. So I showed you one of those ways briefly today, but there's another way that you can test as well. And I'm going to show you again those key elements and dive a little bit more into detail about those elements of your email that you can test to increase your response rate. So module 9, we're really getting into sort of that ending. You've sent a campaign. What do you do next? You need to analyze your results, whether it's a standard campaign you're sending or whether it's a split test that you're sending. I'm going to show you in module 8 about all the statistics that are available from your email service provider and what they all mean. I'm going to show you how to best benchmark your campaigns and how to use those results to inform your future campaigns. And I'm going to show you how to create a tracking spreadsheet. And I also give you a template for this to make it really easy to get started tracking your results instantly. And in module 9, I really want to take you sort of to the next level with your email campaigns. So we've already done that through the segmentation, which not a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners are using, and they don't realize how valuable it can be for their business. Triggered emails are another way that you can really add value to your email marketing program. And in module 9, I'm going to show you how to use triggered emails or autoresponders to create leverage in your business. I'm going to show you what these types of emails are, how they work, and how you can use them to work less and make money while you sleep. I'm going to show you how to use them to save time for everything else that you need to do in your business. I'm going to show you how to use triggered emails to develop a profitable sales funnel for your business. One of the key techniques you need to be implementing in your email marketing program. And I'm also going to take you beyond that and show you some more advanced techniques and ideas for triggered emails that you can implement, including a reactivation campaign to re-engage subscribers that haven't engaged with your emails, opened and clicked on your emails in a little while. So I'm going to show you how to take your campaigns to the next level. So this course is for you if you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur who's just starting out or been in business a while, but you're struggling to get email marketing fully. Or maybe you want to take your email marketing to the next level or simply get started in the right way. If you want to learn how to increase your reach and your engagement and your sales, and you want to learn how to build lasting, profitable relationships with a highly engaged customer base, this course is for you. And who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to have an audience there who want to hear from you, want to hear about your products and services and what you're offering? If you're passionate and motivated and serious about your business becoming a success, and you're willing to invest that time and energy to boost your knowledge and your skills and your confidence, and you know that you could be sending better emails, this course is for you. If you want to optimize how you use your list and automate your email marketing to leverage your time better, this will give you the groundwork you need to create an amazing email marketing program to get you results. But this course is definitely not for you if you want results, but you're not willing to invest that energy in making them a reality. If you struggle to implement those new skills and ideas without one-on-one hand-holding, if you're generally an impatient person who expects overnight success, this course isn't for you. Email marketing, as you've seen from the statistics at the beginning of the webinar, is highly effective and you should be using it in your business. But if you think that you're going to see overnight success, it's not going to happen. You have to spend time learning and implementing those techniques and putting in that effort. So a few students that have been through the course already, I just wanted to share with you their testimonials and how much they enjoyed the course and how much they got out of it. So we've got a testimonial here from Jeff Milan, who says, "Wow, what a fantastic course. While being very simple to follow, it was one of the most resourceful courses I have ever done. From being an email marketing beginner, I now feel like I'm a pro. This course has changed my approach to email marketing and is already increasing my business income from some of the simple techniques I learned on the course and have been implementing so far. Thank you, and I would recommend this course to anyone who uses email marketing, whether it's just a few emails you send or thousands. You can gain valuable knowledge." And the gorgeous Darla Kirchner, she also gave me an amazing testimonial of her time and her experience using the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. And she said, "The Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing is the perfect course for those starting their business and currently building a business. Kate's expertise shines as she shares abundantly her knowledge, resources, worksheets, and techniques. As an entrepreneur who has had many lists over the years, I now understand the value and incorporate my new email skills and strategies to my business. I learned to effectively market and share with my audience, and my list consistently grows with the tools I have learned. I highly recommend you get this course to start using your best resource and learn how to effectively communicate with them in the right way." but I'm going to take it past just all of that amazing content. I'm going to give you some exclusive bonuses because I really appreciate your time being on this webinar today. I want to offer you a comprehensive best practice example ebook. So this is going to break down different best practice elements that we discuss in the course and give you real life examples in different industries of how it can be implemented. We're really going to get your creative juices flowing. And those examples go way past the examples that you'll see in the video tutorials. You've got extra examples here. You're also, as an exclusive bonus, going to get access to my own personal list of tools. So these are WordPress plugins and email marketing tools that I use in my business. Now, I think you can see from all of that content how ram-packed full of value it is. And the information in this course is worth thousands of dollars. And it normally sells for the bargain retail price of $849. But today I've got an even better offer for you. I've got an exclusive launch offer price with 50% off, bringing the price to just $425. Now, that offer is available for a limited time only. And don't forget, you've got that 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can see the link to register on the screen there at the moment. And again, I'm going to pop that into your sidebar on the right-hand side, which will take you through, if you click on that link, straight through to the PayPal page to go through and purchase. Now, I'm not just stopping there. I'm taking it even further for you today because I really, really do appreciate your time on the webinar today. I want to give you an exclusive fast action bonus. So the first 15 people to register in the next 15 minutes only. So while we're going through some of the questions that you may have as we've been going through, I'm going to give you a fast action bonus. And that's going to be 3 group coaching sessions directly with me. You can submit your questions through the course and I will answer them live in those group coaching sessions. So I'm going to start the countdown timer on the 15 minutes for the fast action bonus. So don't forget, for that exclusive launch offer price of just $425 and the exclusive bonuses, and you get the fast action bonus, you get all of that and all the amazing content jam-packed into the modules for just $425. So while the timer is running through, I'm going to check in the chat section, and if you have any questions for me, pop them in the chat section on the right hand side and I will answer those questions as we're counting down on that 15-minute timer for the fast action bonus. So let's see who's going to be the first to take that special offer up. And as I said, if you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat box for me. So I'm just going to write you a message there so that you can see exactly where to post those questions. Okay, so I'm just going to post that there. So in that right-hand side, under the chat section, under the chat tab, post in any questions that you have for me. It's great to see so many of you on the call today. I'd really love to hear from you and for you to get involved and ask me any questions that you have, either about the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing or any of the amazing content that we've been through in the webinar today, and I'm going to be happy to answer them. So, okay, let's just have a little look here. We've got a few questions starting to come in now. So I can see a question from Chris, who's actually asking about the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. And Chris says, I'd love to sign up, but I just don't have the time to go through the course at the moment. Is it still available on the offer after the 30th of November? So Chris, thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate your time being on the webinar with me today. So it's a great question, and the special offer won't be available after the 30th of November. You'll still be able to register for the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing, but it will be back up at that full price. You won't get it at the the discounted price of $425. And of course, just for the next 15 minutes, you've also got the fast action bonus, which of course won't be available after the webinar. So if you're listening to the webinar on a replay, I'm really sorry, but the fast action bonus isn't available, but the exclusive bonuses and the exclusive special offer are still available for you to purchase the course. But after the 30th of November, the price shoots back up to $849, and it is still available at that full price. Now, in terms of not having time to go through the course right now, I totally understand that it's jam-packed full of content. You're going to want to take it at your own pace, and that's absolutely fine. Christmas, of course, is a really busy period, and again, you may not have time to get to it right now. But if you get in now and purchase on the special offer price, you've got the course there for life. You'll be able to log back in from wherever you are, whenever you want to, and access those modules for the lifetime access. So that's a really great question, Chris, and thank you so much for sending that through. So let's just scroll through and see if there's any other questions here. Don't forget to type your question in the chat box. And we've got a question here from Stephen. So again, this is about the beginner's guide to email marketing. So thank you guys for asking so many questions about the course. It's great to see the interest. So Stephen asks, I'm already sending a regular newsletter and some ad hoc special offer emails. Is the course still relevant for me? And Stephen, again, that's a great question. And absolutely, the course really gives you a groundwork for your email marketing. And even if you've started with email marketing and you're sending emails, you can optimize your efforts. Make sure that you're hitting all of those best practices, that your sign up form is optimized, that you're optimizing the design of your emails. You're going to learn all about testing and taking your campaigns to the next level through segmentation and triggered emails. So absolutely, there is a ton of content to help you take your campaigns to the next level, Stephen, even with the campaigns you're already running. So thank you so much for that question. I really, really appreciate it. And hopefully that's given you the answer there. Now you can see on the timer, we've got just over 10 minutes to go. So get your questions in and get your purchases in. And I can't wait to see who's coming through and getting their spot secured on the course. It's very, very exciting. So let's move to some more general questions that I can see coming through about the content that we've discussed on the webinar today. So I can see a question from Isha, who says, I've been offered the chance to purchase a list. Ah, right. Okay. What should I do? Fantastic, Isha. This is a really great question and something that I get asked by a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners. So there's a few things in terms of in the UK law, for example, it's not illegal to message people in a business scenario without gaining their permission. However, you've probably received emails yourself. Who wants to receive emails from people that they don't know? They haven't given permission to send them their emails, regardless of what the legalities actually are. So let's take the legalities out of it for a moment and just kind of look at the moral aspects of it. But also let's look at it from a statistical point of view. So I've worked in email marketing for over 10 years now, and I've worked with purchase lists, I've worked with organic lists, and every single time organically built and grown email lists, so where you've gathered them yourself through all of those fantastic channels, your social media, through all of those channels, those lists work so much better than purchase lists. Purchase lists really struggle in terms of open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, all of those really positive engagement metrics. So my advice would be to not purchase lists, to invest that money in other types of marketing to grow your list organically. You don't necessarily know, regardless of what the company selling it tell you, how old the list is, when it was collected, how it was collected, was it opted in to receive communications from other companies. There's a lot of information that is quite unknown. So I wouldn't think purchase lists. I would suggest concentrating and focusing on building that really organic, engaged, targeted audience. So that would be my response there, Isha. And thank you very, very much for that question. That's a really good one. Okay, so are there any other questions that people would like to ask? I think I've got one question here at the moment from Jackie, who says, how can I get my followers on social media onto my email list, and how can I get them to opt in? So again, Jackie, really, really great question there. And thank you so much for asking and joining in and asking that question. It's really great to hear from you. So there's lots of ways that you can do that on social media. So for example, on Facebook, you can add a specific custom tab that has a sign up form on it that links back to your email service provider, such as MailChimp or Aweber, to sign up those recipients straight live on Facebook. A lot of people on Facebook don't like leaving Facebook to actually go through and complete an action. So whatever you can complete on Facebook is a great way to go. So a custom tab is a great way to go there. On all your social media channels, you can post teaser snippets of content that's coming in your next newsletter that they're going to miss out on if they're not signed up. You could run a competition to generate signups. You could advertise if you're doing a webinar on social media. There are loads of ways, but it's really sort of getting the word out there and telling people about your email sign up and really reiterating the benefits of the email sign up that they're going to receive if they join your list. So the kind of things that you're going to send them, how it benefits them, what's in it for them. So absolutely, you can move those social media followers over and sort of ask them to opt in, prompt opt-in, give them those benefits and get them through onto your email list, so you've got that direct targeted way to contact them and you're not relying on that third-party system who owns the whole platform and you can't move those followers from anywhere. Whereas with your email list, you can move between your different email service providers if you want to. You can just pick up your list and move it. It belongs to you, and unless those people unsubscribe, obviously you can keep communicating with them. So that's a really good question, Jackie, and hopefully I've given you a few ideas just very quickly there. So we've got just over 5 minutes left on the fast action bonus. So I'm just gonna have a little check and see if we've got anyone that has purchased, see if anyone who's come in. Okay, so it's great to see purchases from Chris and from Emma. That's brilliant. I can't wait to see you inside the course. And if you haven't purchased yet, get in there quick and get that fast action bonus. And I can't wait to help you and see you on those group coaching sessions and be able to help you personally alongside the course and give you that little bit of extra one-to-one hand-holding in that group coaching session. So those will happen once a month for 3 months, so giving you time to work through the course and come up with those questions for me. And of course, you also get access to that Facebook group, to that exclusive community of other entrepreneurs and small businesses who have gone through the course, who are benefiting and implementing and learning just as you will be. And you can all learn from each other. And of course, I'll be in the group to answer any questions that you all have as well. So are there any other questions that people on the line have? I can see it. There's still quite a few of you on the line. It would be really great to hear from you. If you do have any questions or thoughts or comments, or you just want to say hi, pop it in the chat box and I will respond to you and answer any questions that you have. So we got Jacqueline there just saying hi in the chat box. Hi, Jacqueline. It's really nice to hear from you. And really great to see that message. And thank you for sending me that message. It's great to see you on the line. So if there's anyone else that would like to ask any questions about the content we've gone through today or any of the aspects of the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing, I'm still here to answer your questions, and you can still get in and benefit from that fast action bonus and go through to purchase the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing. And I would be absolutely thrilled to see as many of you on there as possible. I know how much value is in this, and email isn't the sexiest subject, but email is going to get you the results. This is how you're going to grow your business. And the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing is really going to give you the foundation for that, give you the best chance of success, and really help you to build that relationship with subscribers and make sales in your own business. So I'm really looking forward to seeing as many of you as possible on the course. And I'm still here. If you've got any other questions or just want to say hi, pop those questions in the chat box. And I'd love to talk to you. It's always great to get involved and ask those questions. And if you're feeling shy, just type that question just so that I can see it, which is what most people have done so far here, I think, and I can answer that question for you. And if you don't want me to answer it on the webinar, that's fine. Just type in the message and I can get back to you after the webinar. And if you are watching on the replay, if you do have any questions, feel free to email me. And you can email me, kate@shinealightmedia.com, and that will get straight to me. So send me any other questions that you have through, if you are watching on the replay, of course. But it is lovely to see so many of you on here live and still hanging on the call with me. So if you do have questions and you're hanging on to ask questions, or you're still thinking about the Beginner's Guide to Email Marketing and you have a question that you'd like to ask me about the course, just type that into the chat section on the right-hand side and I'll get that answered for you. I've really enjoyed presenting for you today, and I really hope that you've found the information that I've gone through really helpful. I know there's a lot of information that we've packed in. I wanted to make this webinar as value-packed as possible and really give you as many tips as possible to get your email marketing moving forward and creating those email campaigns that your subscribers want to read. So we've got a minute and a half left on the fast action bonus. Is there going to be any more of you that jump in at the last minute? It'd be great to see as many of you on there as possible. So don't forget, we have the 30-day money-back guarantee on the course. So if at any time during the first 30 days you're not entirely satisfied with the course, simply hand in your worksheets from the first 4 modules and I will refund you 100% of the money. There is absolutely no risk in you taking out this course. You can try it, and if you're not happy, you've got that money-back guarantee. So you don't have to worry about it from that side. And as I said, I know it's really busy coming up to Christmas, and some of you may be hesitating for that reason. Get in now, get the course at the limited price. The group coaching sessions won't start until late December, early January. I haven't put in those dates yet, so probably not until the beginning of next year. So get in the next 30 seconds and benefit from that fast action bonus of the 3 group coaching sessions. But remember, with the course, you can come back to it at any time. You can work through it at your own pace. So we're going into the last 10 seconds of the countdown on the fast action bonus. And if there are any other questions, please do let me know in the chat box. If not, I shall leave you to the rest of your day, to the rest of your evening. Thank you so much to everybody for being live on the call, and to everybody listening on the replay, and to all of you fantastic people that made that decision to take your business forward in 2015, grow your email list and improve the results from your email marketing. I've been Kate Barrett. It's been really lovely to be talking to you this evening, and have a lovely rest of the day. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye.